Welcome, VUB colleagues. Dr. Stephen Funk here. And today I'd like to talk a little about looking at your tuition bill, talking about MyInfo on the website, logging in there, the difference between a student ID and a net ID, and all of these sort of particular things about MSUB and MSU Bozeman, MSU, the whole MSU system, right? So let's go ahead and get started with sharing this screen with you all. And I'm just going to take you to the home page here where I would go to MyInfo. And this is going to look the same just for you as a student. I can even back out of here and say, this is where you are at the main website, right? This little tiny link in the top right, it says My Info. That's where you'll go. So your net ID is something that starts with a letter, then has some numbers, then has a letter, then some numbers. It's not your student ID. Your student ID has a dash and a string of numbers. So your net ID is what you use in My Info and in D2L. So let's get started. I'm going to log into My Info here, and my computer has my net ID and password saved. So you're just going to be looking at student services. The first thing you need to know is to add and drop classes. You've got this right here. Most of you will need to meet with an advisor before your window of opportunity to register is open to you. And this is just to provide some help for you and make sure that everyone has had some advisement before they're adding and dropping classes. And here you've got electronic billing and payment. Very important thing to look at. Most of you might have questions about. I can show you a time when I had tuition. We'll look at this year and see if I'm right. Alrighty, so I took a few classes during the summer, and this is what my bill looked like. Something I want you to see is the class fees and departmental charges. So everybody pays these fees, and these fees, especially the class fees, a lot of them will go into paying for something like the student health center. So if you're on campus and you need an immunization, you have a headache, go to the nurse on campus, and that's in the big SUB building, and it's up on the second floor. And so pretty easy to find, but use this. They have, also access to condoms, to literature on STDs and things like that. So you pay for it, and don't be shy. So the tuition right here is there. And then what some students really want to learn about is setting up a payment plan. So you can go down here and you can click on Quick Pay. And this does take a long time. So while it's loading, I'll just tell you the current charges and total charges, those won't be added together. It's usually just the same. Alrighty, so once we're in Quick Pay here, we can fill out an installment contract form online to pay monthly installments, and that's something that's really great. There's a small fee, I want to say maybe $40 around that range, but then there's no interest charged on the tuition. So just something good for everyone to know. You will have access to, your U card as your student ID card if you would like to load funds to it and use it to make purchases on campus. That's something you can do as well from here. So good information to know there. And we'll just go ahead and back out of the screen and go back to MyInfo. And so here you can see that you can change your personal information if you need to. You can look at financial aid information and things like that. One thing that I really like, let's see, is being able to look at my schedule. Yeah, student schedule. Let's look at this. So I clicked on that, and here I can go down and see Registration has the student schedule. And one thing I really like is this, the student schedule by day and time. And so it will show you, Monday through Sunday, what your schedule is. It makes it really easy to plan things. Okay, and another helpful button would be this one, detailed schedule. And you just check here to make sure you're enrolled in everything that you thought you were enrolled in. Check this with your advisement records. Double and triple check it. Try to see if there are any inconsistencies or any differences, okay? So I hope this was helpful, and I will get to some of these other buttons in another video because they'll take a little longer. So thank you very much for joining me. As always, send me an email if you have any questions or you'd like me to do a video on another specific topic. I'm at sfunk@vubmt.com.